Here we are. We're going to show you how to strip and crimp a Spyro Pro 8mm wire from Taylor, celebrating their 100th anniversary this year, 2023. And so we're going to set this up for a standard distributor. So we got the angled boot and terminal here. We're also going to use the Pertronix stripper and the Pertronix really cool quick change ratchet crimp set. Now you don't see any crimpers in here because they've got different dies for them. So we're going to use what they call the H1 die, and that is for spark plug wires. So you put the die in there. The other dies are for different types of crimping you're going to need to do. And so it's a really handy dandy tool. You'll notice there's even 5 different crimpers with this die. We're going to use the area number 2 on this project here. So I have some dielectric grease also handy, so we're going to use that. You'll see where I marked the wire. This is how long I want the wire to be. Now and then you cut the wire 1/2 inch longer than you need, because we're going to strip off this 1/2 inch. And so we take the stripper tool, and what's cool about this is it's got this little dial thing that comes in and out that has different gauges. So we're using 8mm wire, so I got it on the 8mm setting. There's a blade in there that's going to cut just the insulation off the wire, and there's also, if you need to adjust the height of the blade for any reason, there's a couple of Allen screws in there. You got the Allen wrench connected with the tool, so everything's handy dandy in the tool, ready to go. So let's do it. Here's where my mark is. I'm going to take the stripper tool, lay it down where the mark is just on the outside of where my blade is. And so I squeezed it with this, and now I hold it real tight with my left hand and spin it around, holding that wire tight. You can feel it cutting through, and then all of a sudden you'll feel it really loose, and it's all cut, ready to go. So take the insulation off, and sometimes it doesn't cut all that wire, or all that hair from there. I think it's fiberglass, and so I just take a little scissors and just cut that. Don't cut that wire. Okay. So now we take that wire and we're going to bend it around. So we bend it around to the bottom here. We hold it down so you can see how it's bent around. And I call that the bottom because when we take our terminal, we're going to lay that wire on the bottom of the terminal. Now here's another trick I learned, especially working with crimpers like this, is they got it really wide open. So we're going to just squeeze this in a bit. All right, and that's going to fit the crimper tool better. So wrap this wire down and around, put the wire in there, nice, and see, by squeezing it a bit too, it fits really nice and neat. So we take the bottom of the terminal with the number 2, bottom of number 2 there, lay it down, and this is where it gets fun and dicey. See, you want to have those ends of the terminal come up inside the crimper. Check my tool once again, make sure everything's good, and crimp away. Boom, there it is. We got ourselves a really nicely crimped spark plug wire. Okay. The next challenge is, because this is for a standard distributor, we got the angled boot, is getting this whole brass thing in there and fitting it in there, right? So what we do is we straighten this out a bit, just like about that much, and I'm going to put a little bit of dielectric grease because it helps with the installation here, and put just a squeeze inside there, just a little bit inside our boot, and we just put it in. You're going to get it all the way through. You'll see it come out towards the end there, and then you're going to have to bend it back, get it in. This is where it gets a little fun. Straightening out the boot, pushing it in. Just about there we go. So you want that angle right there at the end. And there we have it. Got ourselves a spark plug wire ready to go onto your distributor, your standard distributor type, and plug it in. That easy. Alright, here we are. We're going to show you how to strip and crimp a Spyro Pro 8mm wire from Taylor. Okay, so we cut our wire to length, and now we got to trim it at the 1/2 inch mark, about a 1/2 inch in. So we take our Pertronic stripper, and I got it marked at the 8 millimeter section, and then because if you've got different sizes, you just pop this out and you can turn it around for 9 millimeter, so forth. So put this on there, hold the wire real tight with one hand, and just turn it until you feel it loose, and then you just take it right off. Boom, just like that. So we take the wire, bend it around, hold it steady like that, take our terminal end, put it on there. Now this is the tough part. So you take the crimper on number 2, lay it on the bottom, and then just grip right where it shows. Right where the crimper is just going to crimp it. Bring it down. Just like that. And there you've got a nice secure crimped wire. Now we just put a little bit of dielectric grease on there. Let's put a little bit in there, a little bit to help put it in the boot. Take the boot, get it in there, and then what you want to do is make sure that's opened up inside, so you can see where the HEI distributor is going to connect right there. And there we have it.